Today we're going to be making a snowman. So we're going to need a few different things. We'll need some background paper, and I am using blue, or you can use another sky color like black or a different color blue, or even something like purple or a fun color like pink. So you'll need your white paper. You will need scissors, glue, crayons, pencil, maybe some different colors of paper or fabric if you want, and some circle tracers. If you don't have circle tracers and you are comfortable tracing on your own, you sure can. I am going to put my circles on my paper like this so I know they're going to fit, and then I'm going to leave the bottom part empty so I can use it for some snow for the snowman to be sitting in or standing in. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And we always want to put things close to the edges of the paper so we have room for using the other side for something else. I'm going to do what I call a bubble cut and just kind of cut those away from my extra page. And then I can concentrate on cutting these out. Carefully cut. Use your best fine motor skills to cut out those circles. And I have some pencil lines on mine, so that'll be the side I put the glue on to kind of hide those. All right, next one. Snowball number 2. Last one is going to be the head. Hopefully you've had a chance to get outside and make a snowman. It's fun to make, but you do need a certain kind of snow, like a packing snow, to make a snowman. All right, I do have my 3 snowballs ready to make my snowman, and I'm going to take the extra part here, and I could draw a line to make some snow. I could do a freehand cut to make some snow, but I'm going to do something a little bit different, which is kind of fun. If you put your fingers and you're kind of close together, your hands close together, and carefully rip your paper, you can make it look like it just snowed and the snow is kind of fluffy. So there is my snow. It's got a little raggedy edge, which is kind of neat. So here we are. I'm going to start gluing things down. Get my glue stick, open it up, twist it up just a little bit, and put some glue on. There we go. Now I'm going to turn it over and really try to line it up with the bottom of my paper. It's the same width as my paper, which is really nice. There we go. Now I'm going to start from the bottom up and create my snowman. Now, if you want to add boots or something kind of like Frosty the Snowman, you could do that. I am not going to do that today. I'm just going to put my snowball down. And I'm putting glue on the side that has the pencil lines on it to kind of hide that. And there's one snowball. Smooth it down. The next snowball, that side has my lines. So here we go with our glue. I'm following that circle shape and overlap a little bit. Glue it on down. Last head, we want to make sure it will fit. Yes, it does. Okay, a little bit of glue and put it on down. There's our snowman. Now the fun begins. You get to be a bit creative with your snowman. If you'd like to make a smiling face, you can. You can make coal for the eyes. And I'm going to make a smile. All of those things, they're like little dots that I'm coloring. So there we go. All right, I'm also going to make buttons right now before I put my black crayon down. Nice black crayon. Okay, and snowmen usually have a carrot nose. So I'm going to make a carrot nose, a triangle shape, color it in, and there's my snowman's face. Now, if you'd like, you could take a pink crayon and give your snowman some rosy cheeks. Why not? There we go. And lastly, I'm going to take my blue crayon and add just a little bit of blue on the sides of my snowballs, and that makes them look a little bit more round and realistic. Here we go. Just really lightly. You don't want to color too dark when you do this. You could even do this in the snow. Add a little bit of shadow, add some lines to add a bit of some texture to that snow to make it look like there's little snowdrifts. All right, so there's my snowman. We're missing a few things though, aren't we? We need some arms on this snowman. I'm going to use crayon. If you'd like, you could cut some paper out. And your arms can look however you want. You can have a kind of curved arm, because hopefully they're from like a tree branch or something. And you could add little sticks on the ends. I'm only going to make lines coming out though, because I'm going to add some mittens, and I will show you how I'm going to do that in just a moment. And that's all I'm going to need my brown for. The next thing I'm going to do before I add anything else is look at my background, and I want to make it look like it is snowing, so there are snowflakes coming down. And we've learned how to make snowflakes. We make a plus sign, and then we put an X through it like so. And if you'd like, you can add some little details like that, little balls on the end or circles. And I'm going to just make several around my snowman. I'm not going to fill up the entire background though, just parts of it, making a few. I've got plans for the rest of my background. Okay, so there's 5 snowflakes. Now I want it to make it look like it's kind of windy. So I'm going to make some, I call them like a wavy spiral. And it comes out like this. Wave and a spiral. Wave and a spiral. And you can make several of these. They're kind of fun. It makes it look like there's wind happening. Made a couple going the other direction. There we go. I left a little bit of space around these areas because I'm going to add mittens, a hat, and a scarf. I think I will start with the hat first. I found a piece of black scrap paper, and what I want to do is measure and see if that's big enough for my snowman's hat. It looks like it is. I'm going to make a hat like Frosty the Snowman would wear. So this is going to be the brim, and then I'm going to make a line here, a line, and draw my shapes. They're kind of like a rectangle, and then another rectangle, like a long rectangle, and then another rectangle sitting right on top. I drew it, so now I can cut this out. And I'm just going to go snip, snip like that, and do some cutting. Get that hat freed from that rectangle. And this is just the way I cut. You don't have to cut the same way. Let me get rid of those scraps. And of course, I've got pencil lines on this side, so I would want to glue it and put it that way. Can it go off the page? It kind of looks like it's going to go off the page. Is that all right? Certainly it is. Now you can decide, do you want the hat straight? Should it be kind of curved like that wind is blowing it? I don't know, you decide. I'm going to put it a little curved at an angle, I guess would be the best way to put it. Rub it down, and my snowman's got a hat. How cute is that? Now I'm going to use this colorful scrapbook paper, and you could use wrapping paper. You could take some of your white paper and decorate it if you wanted. And I'm going to make a hat band, a scarf, and some mittens. So I need to measure a little bit. So I'm going to lay this, actually I'm going to turn it over. Lay this over here and line it up, make a little mark, and draw a line. That's going to be my hat band. So I'm going to cut that out. It's kind of little. So we're going to really use our fine motor skills today, aren't we? Yes. And there's that hat band. Ooh, I love it. I'm going to just run it along my glue stick to get it gluey and carefully put it down in place. The nice thing is if it's not quite where you want it, you can move it around a little bit. There's my hat band. Very nice. Now I think I'll do the scarf next. And I do need to do a bit of measuring again. I'm going to start on the other end. And I want my scarf to come off a little bit. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a bit of a smile shape to match my snowman. And make, just kind of draw the scarf how I think I want it to look. Maybe like that. And then when I cut it out, it's going to flip the other way. So I'm going to cut out my shape. It isn't quite matching my wind, is it? My wind is blowing the other way. Oh well. It'll be all right. Cutting out that scarf shape and the ends. You could even do something kind of fun and fringe the ends of your scarf, just cutting them a little tiny bit if you happen to have fringes on your scarf. And this is how it will look. Snowman. And it's overlapping my arm a little bit. Is that okay? Yes, it is. Now some glue. And I'm gluing right on top of my paper, but you may want to glue somewhere else just so your glue doesn't get on top of your snowman. It doesn't look very nice if it gets all gluey. And carefully putting it in place. Ta-da! There's my snowman and its scarf. Very cute. Now the last step here is mittens, and I need to figure out how big they should be. So I'm going to cut a little chunk of my paper off, because I know I'm not going to need any more than that. Fold it, and I'm going to draw a mitten shape. And I want to make sure it's going to fit my snowman. So I'm going to make a thumb, so it's kind of like a big line, part of an oval, another bigger oval coming down like that. It's almost heart-shaped with a real small side and a real big side. Now my paper, I folded it so I can get two. I'm going to cut out around my mitten and carefully hold it so that it doesn't fall apart before I want it to be done. There we go. Now I should have one for each hand. There. Oh my goodness. How nice is that? Flip them over and you need some glue. There's one and two. Glue and flip like it's waving at you. Glue and flip. And there we are. Our snowman is done. Nice work, everybody.